So today we're going to talk about UI and UX. What is UX? So UX is an umbrella term about the user experience, right? User interface, I would say, is more around the visual aspect, but user experience is around the functional aspect. Okay, that if you click on this button, it takes you to this particular screen, right, and stuff like that. And UI is about that on that screen, what is presented in what way. Okay, so definition what a person feels as he experiences a product or service, and it plays a crucial role again and bridge between a product and its targeted audience. Okay, and an important aspect of UI UX is design. Right now, design solves a lot of problems. Right, one is it helps to act as a visual specification. Right, if you have a design about what you're developing an application and somebody gives you design, it will really help you understand what the customer wants, okay, what the client wants, or what are the exact visual requirements, how should my application eventually look like when developed. So from that perspective, design is very important. It is an artistic process. Generally for design, we have different individuals like UI UX designers are there, and it's a very promising upcoming field because design can have a very high impact on the performance of a website. See, humans are visual creatures, right? We get enticed by visuals, and it's not only about like popping images and all, but the way the information is organized in front of our eyes, that also has a very high impact on how probable it is that we might use that website again. Okay, and a good design can help your website go a long way. Okay, designing for purpose. So, almost all activities in companies are purpose driven, and the purpose eventually does resolve into an increase in revenue. But the purpose of designing a particular application uh, should be more specific than that, of course, right? So, if let's say you're developing a website for booking movie tickets, right? Then the purpose of the whole website is for you to book a movie ticket. Okay, there are a lot of aspects to it, right? You're shown the list of all the movies. You also have reviews, right? But showing you as many movies as possible, or getting your reviews, or there's a number of things that probably you can do with a lot of actions that you can do on the website. But the purpose of the website is for somebody to come in and book a ticket. That means the entire design should revolve around that. Each and every page should be created in such a way that it guides and funnels the user to fulfill our purpose of design, which is in this case booking a ticket. Okay. Now, there are some design philosophies or methodologies that I would like to cover. One is skeuomorphic design, right? In this case, what happens is we try to emulate a real world object or an existing object which solves the same purpose, right? Even though, our product itself has drastically changed. Okay, let me give you an example. For let's say the calculator app on your phone, right? It tries to be as close to a normal calculator, right? Although it has the capability of being much more complex, right? If you go to advanced and turn on features, right? We can even do graphing and all sorts of crazy stuff. But by default, it is a very simple application. Why? Because they want to mirror an actual calculator. Now, what is the benefit of doing that? What if you mirror that actual calculator? That behavioral adaptability that a person already has to that existing object carries forward to this one as well. Okay, so now because I have been using a physical calculator all this time, right? If the calculator on my phone app looks exactly the same, I would we would be able to navigate the buttons and perform actions and everything as fast as we could with our existing apparatus. Okay, so in terms of user interface, this means applications that are designed to have elements of them that look or behave like their real world counterparts, right? One example is also turning a page, right? A lot of applications, especially ebook reading applications, you can turn a page by sliding from right to left, which tries to simulate turning page of a real book. Okay, and it is very intuitive. If you just open the application and there's no button to go to the next page, right, you will very intuitively slide, right, because you have that memory reference from the last time you read a physical book. And if this application, this digital book, offers you the same experience, right, you don't need to learn that anymore. Flat design, right? Flat design approach is relatively different, right? It is about emphasis on usability. Okay, it should be that our application should be as usable and functional as possible, but as I mean, very very minimal clutter. There is an aspect which serves no purpose. It's just for visual delight. It's a distraction. It's considered distraction, and it should be removed. Okay, and generally flat designs have, especially when I would say the features are complex, right? That is where flat design is needed the most to simplify uh, the user interface, so that user does not get overpowered by all the features that has been offered to him, right? All the different buttons and menus. Okay, flat design will decrease the anxiety that a person has, right? Because it will be presented with all the relevant information. Okay, material design. Now this methodology is a bit different. It, I think, was started by Google, and it's more around like the visual aspect rather than like the, I would say, like UX design, more of a UI design concept, where even two-dimensional applications, right, on the phone, it's a two-dimensional application, like on a 2D screen. Even those, the elements that are on there are treated like 3D objects, and you can even be rendered and shaded like 3D objects. The idea is to make the application seem like it's been created using these different materials and elements, right? That's why the material design, that it's not that I have a black box, right? You will think that, okay, I have an iron or a steel box, okay, and then I have like a aluminium check mark or stuff like that, right? That means that it's not about colors but more about materials, right? And the materials, they have shadows, they have reflections and all that, and those are also taken into consideration in material design.